and I'm going to call it a mistake because I feel it has a much bigger impact on your life than you actually believe. Now I give you an example and gradually dissect it with you in front of you and show you what you're doing wrong if you're doing this mistake. And I call this mistake the mistake of doing a half-hearted attempt. Now I see a lot of people doing a half-hearted attempt towards winning something, towards success. They're doing a half-hearted attempt, okay? And in their heart of heart, they know that I'm doing something, half done. And they're okay with it. They say, I want to win, but I don't want to work so hard. So they're doing something half-hearted, okay? That looks okay when they're doing it, looks okay. But what they don't realize is, if when you actually do a half-hearted attempt, you are unlikely to win. I hope you agree. You are unlikely to win. There are people who would be working 18 hours a day, 17 hours a day, 16 hours a day, and then here you are, you're putting 1 or 2 hours a day, putting a half-hearted attempt. It is highly unlikely that you will win. It's highly unlikely that you win, okay? But that is not the problem. Problem happens after that. When you don't win, you gain two things out of it, and in your baggage, which were not there with you before. All of a sudden, you gain two things. One, you gain regret, okay? You have a load of regret now. Oh, I should have worked harder, I should have worked harder. This was not there in the first place. And second load that you now gain is, you gain self-doubt. That is a very big problem that you have to understand, that once you put in a half-hearted attempt, add to it a little bit of hope, that you had a hope that, okay, maybe there will be something, luck will help me, God will help me. You had some kind of hope. But in the end, nothing works, and you lose. And when you lose, you get a baggage of self-doubt, which is very heavy baggage to carry. Now what happens is, you start doubting your ability. Now you're not really sure, am I actually good enough? Okay? You don't know, am I actually good enough? And then what happens is, you try to put a harder effort this time. Okay? This time you try to put in harder effort because this time you want to go all out. But that self-doubt says, okay, maybe you're not good enough. Then what happens? And starts the vicious cycle. And you have to break that vicious cycle. The vicious cycle says, you go do a half-hearted attempt, you don't do well, you create self-doubts, you create regrets, and then with self-doubts, regrets, with that burden, you try to do better, but you end up putting less and less effort, you again don't do well, and the vicious cycle continues. So the biggest problem that you can do to yourself is to do something half-hearted. That is what I want you to know. In this, when I'm not talking about routine life, I'm talking about people who want superlative success in life. Either you win or you lose. There's no consolation prize available to you. This is what I want to tell you today, that if you put in a half-hearted attempt in a hope to get a consolation prize, there's no consolation prize. Either you win or you lose. You have to understand this very clearly, and the message that I want to create through this video is that if you want to do something big, you want to do something superlative, you have to put in your full-hearted, your all-out effort onto it, rather than putting something half-hearted. There is no bigger poison to success than half-hearted attempts. Half-hearted attempts have killed many dreams. Half-hearted attempts create regrets. Half-hearted attempts create self-doubt, and they will actually end up creating the vicious cycle that you want to avoid. My message to you is, and that's my final message out of this video here is, if you want to do something to win, you do it all out to win. Okay? Don't go for consolation prizes. There are none available at the topmost level. Thank you.